Marcus Aurelius states, "There is no place where you can go that is more serene and less subject to disturbance than your own soul." Collect Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor from 161 to 180 after Christ and is considered the last of the 5 good emperors. During his time, he wrote a series of autobiographical writings known as Meditations, in which he constantly advocated the pursuit of tranquility in life. While his meditations often emphasized the importance of waking up early and enjoying the day, he also stressed the importance of taking time to retreat and find calm. Thanks to his records, we have a reasonable idea of what your nighttime routine would have been like. In this video, we'll explore 7 different things and how we can follow or adapt this routine to our modern lives. Let's get started. Number 1. Eliminate external stimuli. Marcus Aurelius says, "It is in his power to retreat in himself whenever he wishes." It is known that Marcus Aurelius used his nights to disconnect. Although he is especially known for his philosophy that advises us to live each day as if it were the last, he also believed in taking time to find retreat within his own mind in order to renew himself. He did this as an effort to free himself from stress or negative feelings, disconnecting from external stimuli and seeking value in introspection. External stimuli are changes outside the body or knowledge that is transmitted to us through the senses. Nowadays, we face constant external stimuli, especially when interacting with people and technology in order to meet the superfluous demands of our modern society. We overloaded ourselves and our days became full of tasks, appointments, meetings, and deadlines. We lose our freedom and our peace of mind. And even if we strive to create a balance between work and personal life, it is inevitable that we will return home feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and stressed. Our nighttime routine usually involves catching up on social media, watching television, or trying to respond to these last-minute emails. We need to reduce these stimuli and depollute our mind. Therefore, your nighttime routine should be the time you dedicate for yourself. This probably means eliminating many of the evening activities you've become accustomed to and replacing them with new ones that will really help you disconnect and focus on yourself. This means putting your technology to sleep at least half an hour before you yourself go to bed and seek tranquility. This can be as simple as a 5-minute guided meditation, such as a body scan or breathing exercise. Mindfulness meditations help to calm an overactive mind and tune into your physical body. This type of meditation can be a retreat within ourselves, and the impact of incorporating this nighttime routine can be incredibly positive. Meditation is known to reduce anxiety, improve mood, and also significantly improve sleep. Your sleeping routine should be a break from the hectic world and a retreat for your quiet self. While indulging in series marathons, playing video games, meeting friends, or scrolling social media may seem like a personal break, these activities don't really help achieve peace of mind. In fact, they're distracting you from finding her. And although sleep is important, it is often not enough to restore it after a busy day. The real relaxing nighttime routine needs to contain something that allows your mind to shut off. Number 2, exercise. Marcus Aurelius tells us, "It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength that his body is capable of." Even though Marcus Aurelius lived almost 2,000 years ago, he understood the importance of physical exercise. He believed that a healthy mind cannot exist without a healthy body. Historians believed that even a simple exercise routine can teach us virtuous skills for life, such as perseverance, self-development, discipline, overcoming challenges, and building self-confidence. They understood that it was more important to exercise to achieve these high mastery skills than to obtain external approval. Despite what the media can make us believe, the histories already knew at that time that trying to have a perfect body just to show off rarely leads to true happiness. We often avoid our exercise session with excuses like, "I'm too tired. I have a big meeting tomorrow, and I don't want to be sore. I'm so stressed at work that I can't even think about exercise." While many of us avoid exercise for various reasons, It has incredible benefits for physical and mental health, and we shouldn't ignore it completely as part of our routine. Any form of exercise, whether playing sports or going to the gym, is beneficial as it releases a flood of brain chemicals that make us feel good, known as endorphins, which reduce stress levels and improve mood. If you exercise at night, this can even help you sleep faster, leaving you feeling refreshed and ready to face the next day. You can also incorporate the concept of taking a quick night walk to clear your mind. And as you walk, observe the air and environment that surrounds you. Let your mind change thoughts of the day to observe the night sky over which you walk. The beauty of nature around you will help clear your mind from a busy day and prepare you for a good night's rest. Number 3, review your day according to Marcus Aurelius. Nothing has so much power to expand the mind as the ability to systematically and truly investigate everything that occurs in your observation in life. Historians believed that the two best moments for reflection were morning and evening. Prepare for the day to come, recording your thoughts in a morning journal and review the day that has passed. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations with the intention of revising his own daily life and thoughts to achieve personal clarity. He kept a constant eye on his daily actions and choices. The historians emphasized the importance of being aware of their own actions and emphasized the importance of taking time at the end of each day to review what happened as a way to become more conscious. In general, the histories called this kind of attention an attention that aims to bring self-awareness to their actions and to verify that they are aligned with their higher self. Some historians compared this type of daily reflection to presenting a case to a court. You remember and judge your day through self-examination of your daily actions and choices, and then systematically revisit them. This is not to be a practice of judgment, but rather a compassionate review that will guide you to make better decisions in the future. You can incorporate this type of daily review into your nighttime routine by taking time before bed to remember the day you just spent. Remember every moment of the day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you are now. Meditate on the various choices and actions you have made. What did you do well today? What emotions did you experience? What parts of your day brought discomfort? How can you learn from what happened today? What couldn't you do today that you wish you had done? Daily reflections play a key role in historical philosophy. They help us prepare for the next day by writing down what we would like to have done today. They are also essential to assess whether our daily actions are aligned with the person we really want to be. For example, during the review of your day, you may remember an event as an unpleasant interaction you had because of a misunderstanding. You will be able to identify how this interaction affected you. Highlight the time you spent thinking about the meeting and how it affected your mood in the morning. You can reflect on how you would like to have handled the situation differently, or how this interaction turned out to be insignificant in the overall context of your day. When you become aware of this event, the next time you face a similar situation, you can approach it more carefully. Taking time at night to review your daily progress is an important step in leading a Stoic life. Before we go to number 4, I want to thank you all for joining us. Seeking knowledge and abandoning ignorance is the best thing that the human being can do, and you did. Check your channel subscription, and if you can, enjoy the video. Number 4, behold your inner sage. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the mastery of reading and writing requires a master even more, life. A sage is someone considered experienced in a particular field and is revered for his wisdom, judgment, and expertise. For many people, this sage is a model to follow. Historians took time to reflect on their sages and whether their own actions were in conformity with those of the sage. Marcus Aurelius considered his sage to be Zeno, the founder of historical philosophy, and often asked himself, what would Zeno do? Contemplation of the wise should essentially be a time at night when you reflect on your day or the person you are and wonder what your model would do. Your role model might be someone you know or just a concept of an ideal person. It is important to have a clear definition of this person so that you can reflect whether your actions are aligned with your model to follow. As part of your evening routine, take a few minutes to remember your role model and ask yourself, Did you act as your role model would? In what ways can you improve tomorrow so that your life is more aligned with your model to follow? What features of your following model have you identified in yourself today? Incorporating a few minutes into your nightly routine to consider the situations you have experienced today and whether you have reacted as you believe your following model would have done can increase your awareness of your choices for tomorrow and make it you're a better person. The kind of person you deeply admire. Number 5, take a higher perspective. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, think of the substance in its entirety, of which you possess the least of the parts, and the time in its entirety, of which a brief moment has been attributed to you, and the works of destiny, and how small is his part in them. Marcus Aurelius advises us to contemplate life from the point of view of the cosmos, or to have a view from above. A view from above means taking an extended perspective of your life and looking at yourself and your day as if you were looking from a third-person perspective to remove personal emotions and anxieties. It is known that in his Nights, Aurelius reflected on his life from the point of view of the cosmos to overcome his limited personal perspective. In today's world, there are many distractions. Whenever we leave home, we are bombarded by advertisements, news, opinions, and distractions. When we are not at work or with our family, we are on mobile, listening to the radio, watching TV, or using the computer. All of this causes mental exhaustion. It's hard to find space to think and breathe. Apps, games, videos, and TV shows, and the fact that our attention is often focused on other things makes it difficult for us to deal with our problems, anxieties, stresses, and commitments. To help with this, the historical exercise of adopting a higher perspective can be used to ease the burden of our problems as it changes our perspective to a level above ourselves. You can start by taking some quiet time at night to observe your immediate surroundings, your body, your home, and the people you live with. Start thinking about what they feel, how you relate to them. What problems, hopes, and fears can they have? Then broaden your view to see your own city and how all the people living around you have a unique life that you know nothing about. They have hopes, dreams, and fears. Continue broadening your perspective to see your country. Then even more, embracing the whole perspective of the entire planet, considering all the people on Earth. All our lives spread across countries, social classes, races, and cultures. Think about the challenges some of the less privileged people are going through. Continue expanding into the solar system, the universe, and into the totality of existence. When we observe ourselves from above, we perceive ourselves not as disconnected individuals from the things around us, but as part of a larger whole, a participant in everything around us. Looking at ourselves from the outside helps us see ourselves and our concerns more objectively. When we distance ourselves from the worries, anxieties, and problems we face, we can see them more clearly, with less emotion, and have a better chance of understanding their causes and solutions. It's easier to see things in context. If you're feeling down because someone insulted you, try this exercise. It's much easier to overcome the emotional hurdles we experience when we put things into perspective. Quarrels and small disagreements. In comparison, many of our problems can dissolve when we compare them to the problems of others or to the vastness of space. Number 6, spend time with family. Marcus Aurelius tells us, those who live longer and those who die soon lose the same thing. The present is all they can give up, for it is all you have, and what you do not have cannot miss. For Marcus Aurelius, at the end of the day, it was time to be with the family. He clearly loved his children and his wife very much. Though important, famous, and extremely busy, he did not ignore them. At night, he would put his children to bed and kiss them, saying quietly to himself, "Don't rush this. It may be the last time you do this. It's not guaranteed that you two will pass through the night." He wore and valued this thing in front of you that really was the most important thing in his life, and then wished good night. He did it repeatedly during the time he was lucky enough to live. Historians used contemplation of death as a practice to remind themselves of the impermanence of life. A nurse, popularly known in Australia, who was dedicated to the care of terminally ill patients, said that one of the most common regrets of a dying person is the desire to have spent more time with the family. His patients often regretted losing their children's youth and the company of their partners due to the demands of modern life. Families are spending a little over half an hour of quality time together during the week. And even when they get together, many parents say that time is spent quietly in front of the TV because they are busy reading, playing computer games, or simply too tired to talk. As well as the historical ones, if we regularly contemplate our death and remember that there will be a day when we or our children will not wake up to enjoy the beauty of life, we will start making some changes to spend more time with the family, and often tell our children or our family that we use family time is an essential factor that helps create strong bonds, love, connections, and relationships between family members. Spending quality time with the family helps to cope with challenges, instill family values, and give children confidence. Number 7. Prepare for the mornings. Marcus Aurelius says, in his actions, do not procrastinate. Marcus Aurelius strongly defended the importance of waking up early every morning. He did this to create a morning routine that made the most of every living moment. Therefore, sleeping meant being a restorative experience and not a moment to indulge in laziness. A morning routine was essential for Aurelius, but part of that morning routine began even before morning, as he prepared for the next day the night before. Historians used to prepare for the day by taking time in the morning to rehearse their days. They did this by considering what they wanted to accomplish that day, preparing for different possible outcomes, and reflecting on themselves. These kinds of reflections were made by many historical in the morning and also at night. To begin with, you can prepare the night before to facilitate awakening. This can mean choosing clothes for the next day, preparing your bag for work, or having a clear morning routine that you will follow as if it were a checklist of actions to be taken, but without having to use your brain to think about what to decide, because it was already decided the night before. Remember, the more decisions you make throughout the day, the less effective they will be. Save your head for making small decisions, like what clothes to wear in the morning. This also means lying down at a reasonable time so that you have 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Not only is this beneficial for your health, but it will make waking up a more enjoyable experience. Preparing for the next day during your nighttime routine will not only help you with your morning routine, but can also reduce anxiety about the tasks that await you when you wake up. If you like this video, be sure to check out our Stoicism playlist. And for more videos that will help you find success and happiness using ancient philosophical wisdom, don't forget to sign up. That was my contribution. Thank you very much.